I don't know if you guys can hear the music in the background. It's kind of, I just sit. Oh, this isn't like a silly video like my usual videos, and I've made videos like this before and just ended up privating them. I'm listening to stuff I've never heard before because I just think it sounds good. I'm just been looking for something new because I'm just tired really of everything I've been listening to. Song Scrapbooking by Indiana Pickle Farm. I used to live in Indiana. I moved around a lot. There you go. This is such a good artist. That's the one. Well, it's not the one, but that has nothing to do with the topic of today's video. I'm sorry, I get really easily distracted. But, I'm gonna turn this off just for a second, because I'm vibing too hard with it right now. I'm trying to hide that I am, and then I'm concentrating on that, so, yeah, I kind of have a puppy dog brain, it's everywhere. But, this is mainly for some of my friends who might have my channel, or whatever. Like, maybe a couple of my band members, because I know they have my channel, but or really for anyone who kind of relates to this. It's like, I've never really fit in, even when I was a little kid, since I moved around so much, I never really had any friends. And then I started doing kindergarten, didn't have any friends in kindergarten, and I moved around a lot when it came to kindergarten, and I think I'm a little bit behind in school, especially when I was in the US. So I moved around a lot in the US as well, and I just didn't really have that many friends. And I remember, like, at a certain point, I could think of a few examples. Like, I'm not gonna go as far back as, like, when I was really little, because, that's kind of a dumb thing to get upset about, a 7-year-old not having any friends. But, I remember, because we didn't, like, no one in my family had a job, and we were moving around, so we didn't have, like, a place to stay, and, we stayed with our grandparents for a little while, and then we stayed in Seattle with, this family, and we, like, lived in their house for, like, a month, I think. And the daughter, who I was, like, sharing a room with, she didn't really like me very much. Maybe it was because I was just some random boy who just, like, showed up and had to start living in our house out of nowhere and had to share our toys because I had no toys. But, which is reasonable enough. But there's also other times, there's a lot of other times. That's just one I kind of wanted to mention for no particular reason. I remember once I kind of started elementary school, and I wasn't moving around as much. Like, I moved around a couple times in California, but I started going to school in this place called Selby Lane, and I was fucking weird as hell. And I still am, but, like, not as much. I'm just quiet, and that's the kind of weird I am. I'm quiet, weird, and then if you like, went through my stuff, you'd be like, oh, this guy's just as weird, if not more weird, than he was when he was little. And I mean, I was really weird. I was, like, freaky weird. Not freaky weird, as in, like, like, little. But, whatever. I need to make eye contact with this, so I'm being genuine. And I had more bullies and friends. Really, like, just all bullies. And I remember at a certain point, for a little while, maybe a year, I had a couple friends. Lila and Isidora. And then we moved, after, like, moving around, we moved into a different country, and I started a new school, and I still had people who hate me, but didn't have to hang around everyone who hated me. I didn't have to hang around people who hated me, because not everybody hated me, so I could hang around people who I thought maybe didn't mind me. I don't know if they actually don't mind me, or if they just, know how to act like they like me somewhat, but I'm not gonna be, like, salty about it, because they made an effort. Even if they didn't like me, they made an effort, which is kind. And then moved schools again, kind of same thing happened. And since summer started, like when I was in school, I was surrounded by people, and even if all those people didn't like me and, were assholes, like, at least I was surrounded by people, and I'm stuck in my room all the time. I mean, I don't want to come out, but I don't want to stay in here. It's just, and I'm not comfortable in here, but I'm not comfortable anywhere. Like, I wish I could just be happy in my own shit like everyone else. Like, I'll go to someone's house and their room will be so messy, and they'll just be sitting there in the mess and not caring, and I'm like, my room is messy, but, like, I try not to acknowledge that, because the moment I acknowledge it, I go into a frenzy, I go into a panic attack, and I'm not kidding. Like, I will literally start panicking and stressing, and, like, yeah. And no matter how much I clean it, it's just because my room's so full. Like, it has posters, and it has boxes, and lots of cans of deodorant. And, there's brushes, and CDs, and feathers. There's stuff everywhere. Even if it's organized, no matter how organized it is, it's just full. And it's just a lot. And I don't know, maybe I'm just a bit special. I'm a bit of a retard. But yeah, I'm not comfortable, but that's not really a topic. It's my topic of this is that I'm lonely, and and that's the thing. It's not anyone's fault. It's not the fault of my friends or people who I think are my friends but aren't my friends, or, well, I kind of think that about all my friends, but, like, people who hate me, it's nobody's fault. It's no one's fault. It's no one's fault but mine. Just because, help, what? Well, I think I'm just bad with people. I'm just really bad with people. And once I start getting my friends, and I'll get a friend, and, I worry that they don't like me, or, and I remember I actually had this one big friend group, and, I'd listen to them vent, and, I'd try and be, like, nice and just complete people pleaser, and I would, every time there was drama going on and shit, they weren't really a friend group. None of them liked me. None of them cared about me. And that's funny, because I really cared a lot about them, and then they went around going with rumors and shit. And then I remember I broke up with this girl, and she went around telling everyone I didn't care about her. But you know what's the funny thing? Is that she broke up with me because she was like, I'm sorry, I only dated you just because I felt bad. I never actually really liked you in that way. So she didn't care about me. And she's going around telling everyone that I never cared about her. And I have done, like, things wrong. I'm not gonna, like, hide that. I've been a really shit boyfriend to some people. And I just worry that I'm gonna do that again with my friends. And I've had shit girlfriends, and I've been a shit boyfriend. I've had it even out. And I'm just worried that's gonna keep happening. And so I distance myself from people, but then I get so lonely. Then when I'm around people, I don't know how to be around people. I don't know how to. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how other people do it. And just, I think I worry all the time that people that, sorry, shouldn't be, like, being like this right now. This is my channel where I'm just supposed to upload silly videos. It's the thing. I don't want to be this silly, happy, carefree person. And, like, I try to keep that fake hate a lot, and then, but there's always this itching, you know. And I think I can be funny. I think I can be happy. I can be silly if I want to, but I think people will always find me really annoying. I mean, I'm always annoyed with myself, you know, that there's always like a million things I'm doing wrong. But that's probably not the same type of shit that people are pissed off with me about. I think I'm just worried that, like, people I know, people who I care about, they just find me annoying or are done with me, or just think I'm an asshole, you know, and it's like, oh no, this guy texted again, oh my god, I can't stand him. Even people who, like, there's one friend that I'm not as unsure about as I am with all the others. One, because they've actually asked me to hang out. Usually I'll be like, hey, do you want to chill this day? And then someone like, he's like, oh no, I have a dentist appointment. And then, you know, that's funny. Once someone was like, oh no, I can't, I'm hanging out with my friends that day. And then I saw them just like at like this boba place by themselves. I'm like hanging out with my friends, huh? I didn't tell that to them though. But dentist appointment, that's funny. Cause the person, okay, you'll know who you are. I remember once they canceled hanging out because they had a dentist appointment, but they do genuinely like go to the dentist. They're freaky dentists. You know who you are if you're seeing this, and you heard me say that, so, but, yeah, I'm just, I don't know, that's the thing, everything everywhere is stressful, there's nowhere really safe to go for me, and so I just spend all my time in my room, so that's the safest place I can go, and it's stressful, it's very stressful, and I'm not comfortable, you know, it's not that I'm not just comfortable in this room, in this house country, I'm not comfortable in my own skin and flesh, you know, I mean, maybe that's part of being a teenager, you know, you're like, oh no, my skin feels greasy and it feels itchy, and I don't like the way my flesh is stretchy, and I don't like the way my nose is big, my teeth are yellow, and my eyes are always red, like I'm not always baked, guys, you know, and my eyebrows are so big, and oh god, it really sucks, it sucks, and I don't want to go into too much detail about everything on here, because, you know, I don't want to make this video 3 hours long, because I have accidentally done that before. 3 hours of me crying about my whole entire life, which is so selfish and so shitty of me. And I'm really sorry for just being selfish and shitty, and, well, I'm sorry to people who have been an asshole to, and people who've been an asshole to me. I mean, I know you've probably maybe grown out of that, and if you haven't, good luck. But I get that I was probably shitty dude. I don't know. I still think some stuff is my fault. Even if it wasn't, I still think it. And it just... I'm not gonna do anything yet. I'm not gonna do anything stupid. Even if I think it's the best decision. Just because I want to try one more thing a friend told me to do. And I'm going to try that and see if that helps at all. If it doesn't help, then, you know, oh well. But, yeah. So, point of this video is that I've never fit in, and I stress out a lot about people not liking me, and it's not them judging me and being like, oh, look at that guy, he's so stupid. It's about people I care about not caring about me, you know? And they have a right to do that. I'm not saying you should, you know, just because, like, I've had some really weird people, or really bad people, you know, kind of being like that, and I'm like, you know, I'm sorry, but I don't like you that way, you know? Just 'cause, you know? And I feel bad for that as well, but I think it's the right thing, especially when it's creeps or pedophiles. But yeah, I kind of lost my train of thought. I do that. Like, I'll scribble on for hours, and then I decide to make a recording, and I zone out. So 16 minutes of me yapping and then zoning out for the other half. So, yeah. So, this video is about how I never fit in, and it's not like I'm not like the other boys, but it kind of is, because it's not that way. Like, I'm not like the other boys, I'm quirky. I'm not like the other boys. I'm an asshole. I don't have the same kind of life as them. I stress over everything, I overthink everything, and I'm tired of just being in my own head, being in my own skin, being in my room, the way I think. Everything's just so stupid. I'm tired of being stupid. You know, I'm tired of being stuck in this big fat pile of shit, you know. So it stinks ass. A lot. But, and, you know, it's kind of half of, I just don't want to, I'm tired of this, and I think it's not worth it. And it's also because I think I'm just better off not here, just not because it's not worth it, but because I'm just putting useless weight on people, you know? And I hate to say it, but I do kind of trauma dump on people that I start to, like, get close with, and I try not to, you know? But then they ask me, and they say a teeny bit, and even though I, like, only say a teeny bit of it, it feels like, because I just feel like, oh fuck, I've, like, made this person have a bad feeling about me. I've made this person think that I'm annoying, and that I'm just a trauma dumper, and an attention seeker, and maybe it's because of people that I used to know who are like that, you know. I'd listen to them, and I'd try and do stuff for them, and, you know, and then they'd end up hanging out, and they'd never invite me, and I was like, oh well. And then eventually I started kind of like, because they vented a lot, and then eventually I vented, and they were all like, oh my god, you're a trauma dumper, you're an attention seeker, you're a faker, you're all this, you're all this. And it was just, there's a lot, and now I just think about that every time. I'm not even, like, in a relationship, I'm, like, friends with someone, or I talk to someone on the internet, and I don't know, it's a stupid feeling of everybody hates me, and it's not like, maybe it is some dumb teenage thing, but I don't think that, I try to think that I'm not in self-pity, and that I'm not feeling bad for myself, I'm feeling bad for others, and I'm like, shit, this person's done nothing wrong, and I just put another useless weight on them. And yeah, so now my video's almost 20 minutes long. Did not mean to make it that long. I just needed to tell you guys, or not really that many of the viewers, but just give an explanation for just kind of maybe 2-3 people in particular. They probably won't even watch this video, but just in case you're wondering why, like, you know, the shit that I'm posting on my Reddit or whatever. Yeah.